All right, shout out to the world. It's Isaiah TV, and we back at you with another one. Marsha Blackburn, she made a video about 15 hours ago on her channel. I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to it. By the way, y'all go ahead and subscribe to her channel as well, and keep up to date with her and what she has to say. She's gonna be talking about Memphis, Tennessee, and about the National Guard. Let's see what she has to say.
Welcomed in order to make certain that we are getting these criminals off the streets and getting them convicted, getting them into court, getting them convicted. That is what Tennesseans are wanting to see done.
Senator, I also want to talk about this, essentially a get-out-of-jail-free card that Democrats have come up with over the past 10 years, this no-cash bail law. A lot of folks who don't have it don't really understand it, but essentially it means the criminals get out. And because
Yes.
they say, no, these crimes they've been accused of are so low sphere that it's okay if you let them out. Well, first of all, there's a lot of undercounting some of the charges, downgrading some of the charges from very serious violent crimes down to misdemeanors. So it may look like misdemeanors, but they may be hardened criminals. Even people who agree that they made mistakes with this get-out-of-free card in the past, like former Governor Cuomo, are claiming that there's no evidence that they have increased crime. I just want to play a soundbite from him from last Friday and get your reaction rolling.
No, there is never been any credible evidence from anyone, any study that said bail reform it has been an issue in increased crime.
Senator, that's just not true. There's a very prestigious group here in New York called the Manhattan Institute. In 2022, they went back and looked at the crime rate right after the bail so-called reform went into effect. And I'm quoting from them, crimes spent 20% in the first 2.5 months after the bail reform took effect, increasing by double digits in the crimes for which judges could no longer set bail. Burglary up 26%, car theft up 68%, grand larceny up 16%, and it goes on. The bottom line is it does increase crime, and yet a lot of stalwarts, including the guy who wants to be the next mayor of New York, are in favor of continuing with this failed policy. What do you make of it?
Well, it is a failed policy. You're exactly right. And you can look at the stats, or better yet, go talk to your local police chief or sheriff. They will tell you that cashless bail is a failure. And what they want is to see a cash bail policy because it helps them to get these bad actors and these criminals off the streets, to get them behind bars, and to make communities safer. And that is what people want to see. They're so grateful to President Donald Trump that he has taken the lead in fighting violent crime. He has taken the lead in saying, let's make our streets and our communities safer. And local law enforcement is cheering this. And when you talk with judges that want to enact stricter penalties and see enforcement, everyone is saying this is the right step. It is time to get this violent crime under control.
Of course, we got a lot of judges who are essentially radical on the political sphere, agree in terms of letting a lot of cops out, which leads me to some of the decisions by Democrat judges trying to contradict the decisions and the executive orders made by President Trump. For example, the alligator Alcatraz down in Florida, one judge, an Obama-appointed judge, wants to close that down. How do you think that's going to play out? Is it going to go fast track to the Supreme Court?
And we'll see what the judicial process on this is going to be. But what I do know is that when I talk to Tennesseans, they want illegal aliens to be apprehended. They want them to be removed from our community. I have not talked to one single person that wants an MS-13, a Tren de Aragua, a drug trafficker, a sex trafficker, a pedophile living in their neighborhood. They want these people picked up. And in Tennessee, we should do the volunteer vault. We should have a prison where these illegal aliens, we are going to keep them, hold them, and get them deported. Have ICE actually do their job, and thank goodness, ICE is doing a great job. Secretary Noem is doing a great job, and they know that President Trump is going to continue to support removing these illegal aliens and getting these crime stats to the point that people know their communities are safe. And thank goodness President Trump is showing what has happened in D.C. when you actually enforce the law, you support law enforcement to get the job done and bring in the National Guard to help and support them. The streets are safer, no murder in 11 days. That shows you what works.
You mentioned MS-13, an alleged MS-13 member who was a good buddy of Senator Van Hollen, who went down to El Salvador to take him out of that jail, that maximum security jail. Hilmar Abrego Garcia is his name. He's back from El Salvador, and now apparently there's a move by the administration. They want to send him away again, this time possibly to Uganda. Are you okay with that?
He is not a Maryland man. He's a criminal man. And there was an order of deportation against him. He has trafficked human beings across the country. And thank goodness for the Tennessee Highway Patrol. They stopped them and wanted to arrest him. And the Biden DOJ, Biden ICE, said, let him go. So having him deported, absolutely, he should be deported. They should do it as quickly as they possibly can.
All right, we got to leave it at that. Marsha Blackburn, wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're
Good
having a great
to see
summer.
you.
Thanks very much. Coming up.
very much for being with us. It's a good time for this country. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I think hearing it from a lot of people, not just from me. Well, in so many ways. And we recruited him. We tried to get the best person we could imagine. We're here in seconds. That's the piece of job with respect to Social Security. He's running it, and he's running it.
Okay, guys. So,
Okay. If
okay. So you heard her speak about the cashless bail, the National Guards, and I think this last part right here.
ICE said let him go. So having him deported, absolutely, he should be deported. They should do it as quickly as they possibly can.
all right, we got to leave it at that. Marsha Blackburn, wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're
Good
having a
to
great
see you.
summer. Thank you
Thanks.
very much.
All right. But yeah, go to her channel and subscribe to her. I think she's running. I think she's already on office. I gotta do my research up on her real quick. But I'm gonna stop this video for now and then go find some more content for you guys in your own business today. Peace out, guys.